Hey friends, Ash here with gentsscents. Hope you're doing really well. So, looks like you're after some fragrances that can potentially pull you some compliments. Fragrances that might be able to woo the ladies and get you some positive attention. Well, I've got 10 fragrances here that might be able to do that for you. And that would be in spite of your personality, which maybe you're socially awkward, or maybe you're the type of guy that thinks the best way to break the ice is to go up to a lady wherever you're at, maybe a store, a grocery store, clothing store, or a bar, wherever, and introduce yourself by telling a dead baby joke. Don't ever do that, ever. So these fragrances, will they help cover up those personality defects that you yourself might call a quirk? Realistically, you already know the answer to that question, but we're going to delve into this video anyway and check out 10 different fragrances that will help you with the ladies, even if you have a horrid personality. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So the intro has run. Let's go ahead and check these fragrances out. Let's start things off with something really obvious. Dior Savage, the Eau de Toilette. Now, this fragrance is extremely versatile. You can wear this in pretty much any situation, any place, any time. People are gonna like it. Extremely versatile, people-pleasing, mass-appealing, compliment-pulling. That's Dior Savage. And if you're a bro type, this one will be perfect for you. It's kind of like the cereal Kix. Instead of mother tested, mother approved, bro tested, bro approved. This one has bergamot, pepper, lavender, and ambroxan as some of the notes in the fragrance. It's got this really metallic, peppery opening with that bergamot freshness, ambroxan featuring heavily the whole way through, giving you a very modern feeling the entire time you got this on. And this is one of the best selling fragrances on the market right now. The main reason for that, because people love to be told that they smell good. And if you wear this, that's what you're gonna hear. Spray on enough of that Savage, that ambroxan bomb, it's not gonna matter what you say because they're not gonna be able to breathe. Is that a good thing? Yeah, actually probably not in most circumstances. But Dior Savage, spray it on in moderation, people are gonna like the way it smells, and maybe that nice smell will help you out of some awkward situations. Next up, we've got a fragrance that's pretty affordable from discounters, Montblanc Legend. So you've heard of Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. Everybody has, right? And if you've come within 300-ish yards of an Abercrombie & Fitch store, you've smelled it. Well, this, pretty close to that, but not gonna cost you as much. Pineapple, tonka, and apple, along with lavender once again, some of the notes in the fragrance. And just like Dior Savage before this one in this list, another fragrance that's super versatile. You can pull this off pretty much anywhere, anytime, any season, it's gonna work. And as far as that whole attention-pulling compliment factor that people love so much, you know how much Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce has it. So this one has it just as much. It's that simple. Now that is dumbing it down a little bit, Cliff's Notes versions of things, but I don't think this video is all that intellectual. So we're gonna leave it there. Montblanc Legend. It's Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, but it doesn't cost as much for the most part. Up next, Lacoste L1212 White, or L1212 Blanche, but we'll just call it white. There's a new fragrance from Lacoste, L1212 Blanc, and it looks really similar to this, and that's not what this is. This is just good old L1212 White, the one that's been out for quite a while. That is, once again, like Montblanc Legend, pretty affordable at discounters. This one has grapefruit, ylang-ylang, cedar, and suede as some of the notes. And this, like most Lacoste fragrances, is very fresh and clean and sporty. Great for daytime, great for spring, great for summer. And as an added bonus, the cap makes a cool noise when you turn it. Now this one, some people might say is pretty basic, and I would agree, it's a little bit basic, but guess what? Basic fresh fragrances, those work really well for compliments and for pulling positive attention because it makes you smell fresh, it makes you smell clean, and guess what? Soap and water actually will help you out a lot more than fragrances a bunch of the time. If you've got some BO, some funk going on, these fragrances, not gonna save you. So step one, if you don't have this part down yet, this is a pro tip. Step one, shower, water, soap. But yeah, all that aside, fresh, clean fragrances, They actually do really well, much better than you might expect for pulling positive attention. So you might smell this and go, oh, too basic. No, that's not gonna pull attention. Wrong, it will. Up next, Why Live by Yves Saint Laurent. Why Live by Yves Saint Laurent. Orange blossom, cocoa, geranium, pear, and grapefruit, some of the notes in this fragrance. And this one, it seems like people can't agree what the notes are. If you go to a bunch of different websites, you're gonna find a bunch of different note breakdowns for this one. This one is a nice, sweet, and fresh fragrance in the Y line. The cocoa actually not as pronounced as you might expect. I know you see cocoa or chocolate and you think, well, there's gonna be a lot of that in there. Not really. Maybe a little bit as it dries down. It is a base note in this fragrance after all, but this one is gonna give you this nice, really fresh, almost shower gel kind of vibe. Lots of fruits there in the opening, lots of sweetness in this one the whole way through. The Y line, always great for compliments. That one is no different. Y Live, an enormous compliment puller, right up there with Y Eau de Parfum actually, which is not in this list, but pretty easily could have been. Next up, Stronger With You Intensely from Emporio Armani. Now, in my opinion, Stronger With You Absolutely is better than this one, than Intensely. Absolutely is greater than Intensely, but Absolutely, as of when I'm filming this, is pretty hard to find, so Intensely. But if you're watching this in the future, absolutely. Toffee, vanilla, cinnamon, and tonka, some of the notes in the fragrance. This one, almost sticky, syrupy, sweet. Yeah, powerful fall and wintertime fragrance. Great evening fragrance, great night out fragrance, really cuts through the cold, lasts a long time, really powerful. This one a little bit like Savage. You spray too much of this on and they won't be able to hear themselves think because of how powerful your fragrance is. So the stupid stuff coming out of your mouth, maybe won't sound so stupid. I'm just playing, it'll still sound stupid, but you'll smell good. You know, let's go from one strong winter evening kind of fragrance to another. Good old Spice Bomb Extreme from Viktor and Rolf. It's got vanilla, it's got cinnamon, it's got tobacco, it's got oud. This one's strong, yeah. But, and I've said this a bunch of times, not quite as aggressive as the original Spice Bomb. The black vanilla that they put in here kind of takes the edge off a little bit. It's still got the intensity, still got that power, just a little bit smoother. Spice Bomb Extreme, one of the better fall and wintertime fragrances in the designer realm that's come out over the past 10 years. Stuff is great, never gets discounted all that much. So that's kind of a bummer, but I can live with it. I think if you were only gonna get one Spice Bomb, this is the bomb of spice to get. Up next, got a double dose from the same house. We got first up, this one, L'Homme Rojas. This one's got blood orange, juniper, tonka, cardamom, and pineapple. That's some of the notes in the fragrance. Yeah, pineapple sounds a little bit strange. I know what you may be thinking, pineapple? Well, me oh my. I know a fragrance with pineapple and its name is Aventus. Does this smell like Aventus? No. This one, really nice blue fragrance. It's a little bit shower jelly, very clean, very fresh. Nice bit of sweetness in there, tempered a little bit by the juniper. And the way the juniper is used in this fragrance reminds me of the way the juniper is used in Dolce & Gabbana's K. Now that's not to say that this fragrance smells just like Dolce & Gabbana's K, because it doesn't. Just the way the juniper is used is a little bit familiar. So if you are familiar with that fragrance, when you smell this one, you should be able to pick out bits and pieces from K in here. Honestly though, this one's better than K all the way around. It smells just better put together, more well-rounded. Big compliment puller, very versatile. Great for spring and summer and daytime. From the same house, we're gonna go with this one next, Mustache, Eau de Parfum. Love that bottle. Now this is a heck of a bottle. This looks like a dumbbell, almost like you could curl this thing. It smells great. Benzoin, vanilla, cedar, and pink pepper, some of the notes in this fragrance, and this one got a lot of hype when it first came out, for good reason. Stuff smells amazing for the price you can pick it up from at discounters when it's in stock, because it's out of stock a lot. But for about 40 bucks, this stuff, really good. Smells very similar to Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo, which everybody recently found out is discontinued. F's in the chat. So yeah, Tuxedo, kaput, which is a bit of a bummer. And that was already much more expensive than this one. So this was already your best bet at getting a similar fragrance, a similar scent profile for less. But now that Tuxedo has been axed, that price is gonna be going up. So This starts to look even better. Mustache, Eau de Parfum, smells awesome. Big compliment puller. Smells like tuxedo, only it's not. Up next, a fragrance I feel like is a little bit misunderstood. It's from Kenzo, Aqua Pour Homme. Now, I've done a review on this one, and it's just not live on this channel yet. Unless you're watching this in the future, and then it is live, go ahead and check it out. Kenzo Aqua Pour Homme is not an aquatic fragrance. I don't know why they named it Aqua. It makes no sense at all. They've got a wave on the front of the box. The bottle looks like a blue wave. On the website for Kenzo Aqua Pour Homme, it says it's for marine lovers only. And then you spray it on and you're like, what? There's hazelnut, there's pink pepper in here, there's tonka, there's a water note officially, but it doesn't smell like there is. So how does this one smell then? Well, actually, the hazelnut is really prominent, believe it or not, and it has some similarities to a bunch of different fragrances. I can pick out bits and pieces in here of Paul Smith London, which is discontinued and pretty hard to find nowadays. 1 Million Lucky from Paco Rabanne, even stronger with you. Yeah, the original of this. A little bit of that in here. And if you look online, you'll see some people that even say, hey man, this smells like Tom Ford Black Orchid. Now I don't get that, but I do get the other three that I just mentioned. So this one is a little weird. It is not an aquatic fragrance as much as they try to push it as one, but what it is a really nice, warm, inviting fragrance that is a surprisingly big compliment puller, and that's why you're here. Sorry I whispered that. I meant to say it's a surprisingly big compliment puller, and that's why you're here. I had to make sure that you heard what I was saying there. If you look online, people don't like this a lot, but it's actually surprisingly good. And against the fragrances in this immediate price range at discounters, it's really solid. All right, last fragrance, here it is. Azara Wanted by Night. This one will do compliments for you. You want compliments, this will do compliments. It's got cinnamon, it's got a bunch of fruity notes, it's got tobacco, it's got additional spices in there as well. This one, big improvement over the original Wanted. The original Azara Wanted, sort of like Azaro's take on Invictus, and that's old. That is so old. All these different companies doing different Invictuses. Invicti, is that what it'd be? Multiple Invictus would be Invicti. All these Invicti fragrances, I'm done with them. Thankfully, this is not that. No Invictus here. This one is instead really warm, sexy, alluring, inviting, great date fragrance, great night out fragrance, good performance, good bang for your buck. This one, solid release. And of all the Azara Wanted fragrances that have been released to date, this is the one to own, and it's not close. Wanted Tonic sucks. And there, my friends, are 10 fragrances that can help you out with the ladies or the dudes, if that's your thing. Despite your horrid personality. Could you work on improving yourself? Maybe go to therapy, get a degree, work harder, get a better job, take care of yourself more? Yes, but that would take effort. Instead of that, buy Spice Bomb Extreme and spray yourself with it. It'll fix everything. So, hope you guys have a great April 1st. See you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. Stay safe out there.